Greetings, everyone, and welcome to our presentation of narrative therapy, as prepared and presented by Amalina and Dion. Before we proceed, let's first go into the definition of narrative theory and how it is different from narrative therapy. Narrative theory, or narratology, studies how stories are constructed and how they shape human experiences. In counseling, narrative therapy is a form of psychotherapy that focuses on helping clients separate problems from their personal identity. Encourages clients to construct their personal narratives, emphasizing their strengths, past victories, and life's purpose. The founders of narrative therapy are Michael White and David Epson. Michael White was an Australian social worker and family therapist who co-developed narrative therapy and introduced techniques like externalizing problems while emphasizing the influence of culture and society on personal narratives. David Epson was a New Zealand family therapist who partnered with White in developing narrative therapy, focusing on the collaborative creation of empowering alternative stories with clients. Next, we'll be talking about the theory's view on human nature. Essentially, the theory views humans as storytellers who are influenced by society with multiple stories, who are separate from their problems and have the ability to change. In essence, narrative therapy views humans as dynamic, meaning making beings whose lives are shaped by the stories they construct, which are influenced by cultural, social, and personal contexts. By engaging in narrative practices, individuals can reclaim their agency and rewrite stories that align with their values and preferred Some key concepts in narrative therapy. Narrative therapy emphasizes the power of stories in shaping people's identities and experiences, viewing problems as external influences rather than inherent flaws. Dominant narratives, shaped by societal norms, often define a person's identity, while alternative stories highlight hidden strengths and values, offering fresh perspectives. Through deconstruction, individuals challenge limiting narratives to uncover their origins and influence, identifying unique outcomes, moments when problems did not dominate their lives, as a foundation for reauthoring empowering stories. This collaborative process between therapist and client fosters new narratives aligned with the client's values and aspirations, promoting a positive and meaningful life. The main goal of counseling through narrative therapy is to empower individuals to rewrite their personal stories, shift focus from problem dominated narratives to stories of strength and possibility, and lastly, foster a sense of agency and
In narrative
resilience.
therapy, the counselor takes on three key roles: facilitator, collaborator, and investigator. As a facilitator, the counselor helps clients explore their stories and understand how these shape their lives. As a collaborator, they work with clients to create new positive narratives that focus on strengths and possibilities. Finally, as co-investigator, the counselor uses curiosity and thoughtful questions to explore the client's experiences more deeply. Techniques and strategies. Externalization. This technique involves separating the problem from the person. This helps the person see the problem as something they can address rather than something that defines them. Putting together the narrative. It involves breaking down a client's life experiences into identifiable phases, which can help clients understand their life story, gain insight into their challenges, and envision pathways towards personal growth. Deconstruction. This technique breaks down and challenges the dominant narratives that may limit a person's sense of self by questioning the influence of societal, cultural, or family narratives that may negatively shape the person's identity. Reauthoring. This technique helps individuals explore alternative perspectives and identify moments of strength or success that were previously overlooked. And lastly, therapeutic letters are letters written by the counselor to the client summarizing the progress and reflections
Strengths
of the theory. This theory respects clients and encourages them to view themselves as capable of change. Secondly, narrative therapy recognizes the impact of societal, cultural, and historical influences on a person's identity and problems. Thirdly, this therapy is highly client centered, treating the client as the expert on their own life. The therapy works collaboratively with the client to explore their narratives and identify preferred ways of being. And lastly, this therapy does not label or pathologize individuals. Instead, it views the problems as external and focuses on the client's strengths and abilities. Albeit great, there are limitations to this theory. Due to its abstract nature, it can be challenging for clients who prefer a structured approach. It requires extensive exploration, making it less suitable for short term therapy. Due to the cultural challenges, misinterpretations may arise when working across unfamiliar cultural narratives. And lastly, counselors need specialized training to apply narrative techniques effectively.
Thank you for paying attention. We hope that you enjoyed our video and were able to understand the main concepts of narrative therapy.